Well, this video right here is going to be a lazy form showboat video. I will make it valuable for you to watch, regardless of whether or not you already watched this video, my last public YouTube video, the first one with the green thumbnail with the blonde guy on it. That's not me, right? I'm Cosa, he's sexy Cosa, or whatever, that video. Even if you've already seen it, I promise you, it'll be valuable to watch what we're gonna get ready to do here. And so the point of this video here is just to show you, I mean, this is partly why, this is an example of why I closed off the community to make it private. But also, we are at a point where something macro could happen. So the second thing I want to put together is essentially my warning to my community this morning, to my private community, Discord and the YouTube tier, both YouTube tiers. So if you, and again, members, if you are watching this and you haven't watched that, then I would, this is essentially a replicated, you're going to see it here anyway, so whatever. You can essentially skip that video. So let's do this right now. But here first, this is from the video, and just watch. See, but I can see it because I know how to put obvious things on the chart. So, or no, I know how to put things on the chart so it becomes obvious. So it's almost like putting on glasses or contacts. You can't see well until you put them on. That's what this shit is. I keep going the wrong direction. Like the Scarecrow and the Wizard of Oz. Which way do I go? Or Dorothy, which way do I go? Right? I just start pointing like this from now on, like this over here. Flap my wings. Represent the lollipop. All right, anyway, for YouTube, I can goof around a little bit. All right, so you can. So now let's zoom out. What is the difference? It's huge. This is in the yellow box or in the yellow triangle. This is not. It got through it. So the relative strength is obviously decreasing, big time. So it kind of looks like we need a higher low, not to this low. We need a higher low to that low. That's kind of what, or maybe even to this one. I'm not for sure. So what I'm kind of looking for here is before Bitcoin has a solid chance to go to 33K, even though it actually does still have an okay chance, but without pulling back. I'm thinking the same concept. Instead of coming from a high 45-degree angle, I'm going from a low 45-degree angle. Look left, same concept. Where's a major horizontals? About right here. That aligns with this. Okay, perfect. I could have had that a little bit better prepared. I would not be surprised though, because of the bullish momentum of Bitcoin. I would not. Oops, I interrupted myself right when the whole point was. So I just said in the video, I'm looking for a pullback to 21K, right? And I talked over that. I apologize from yesterday's video. And really, if you haven't seen this whole video, that is a good one to watch. I don't know. I just pulled out a banger. I don't know. I was in a good mood, had a good day. It was, I don't know. It was probably, it could be among my top 5 best videos I've ever made. Depending on the parameters. In terms of entertainment being funny, probably not. It was a more serious one, but it was good, I felt. So watch that if you haven't. But here's the warning, though. So here we go. Be safe. Be safe. If you're shorting, you can do it confidently through this probably Sunday. I would say Sunday at noon. And obviously that can change if you get a 1 hour higher high and higher low, right? So common sense type of stuff. But just if I can give a general idea for the weekend for everybody, just to make this some type of weekly or daily update, I would say be confident with your shorts. There are some anomalies out there like OP where you might not want to be very short on that confidently. There are some anomalies, okay? So watch out for those. But something that's following Bitcoin and Ethereum rather closely, those coins, I would confidently hunt for shorts. I don't know what your setup is, so I don't want you to do anything irresponsible, but it's pretty strong edge to the downside right now. It's so unlikely that this is a bear trap at this point because too many sellers have been, like mosquitoes have been attracted, right? We've attracted too many mosquitoes. So it would be too much of a risk for whales at this point to drive price up to a level that would make this a trap, a bear trap, right? So with that said, while I would hunt for shorts confidently if you're trading, if you're not trading, then don't let me rope you into trying, please. But if you are, then realize that the one way you can mess up, yeah, this is just jiggling around. I probably wouldn't trade right now, but in this exact moment, what I would watch out for is in the moments of confidence, even when you end up being right in the end, but the timing, find a situation where the timing wasn't perfect when you're super confident because shorts start piling on and it creates so much liquidity that if there's one spark here, it can create a cascade of orders and price will go boom. But once the fire reaches the end, what happens? Boom. And then it goes down. This kind of thing can happen in moments like this because people are confident and it can wipe everybody out. Like just because that's, it only takes one whale to try to light a fire high enough to light that first piece of paper. And so that could happen. However, it is unlikely because and this is why I would still be confident, but if you are confident, you have to always guard against this. So just because you're confident, don't set looser stops. And what looser means you're farther at a loss because you know it's going to go down. So therefore you don't mind it squeezing a little higher. No, don't do that. Also in confident moments like this, if this were to happen, it can go a lot higher. So don't allow this confidence in shorting allow you to set normal stops. And then as price gets closer to, this is something I used to do, but only in moments like this where it's confident, short or long. Since I knew it was going to go down, but I had a stop at a reasonable level, principled trading. But once price got close, just like now, like price, I would go like this. We'll just move it a little higher, right? I'll check back in an hour. And in an hour, it's at it again. I'm like, now push a little higher. It's going to go down. I'll be right. Don't do that either. Usually in this level of confidence, you don't have to worry about that because it just keeps going down. But you always have to guard against this, right? And the one way to do that is don't trade differently because you are confident. Yeah, and that goes back to the analogy I use in weightlifting. For example, if you're doing a heavy squat, you max out like you warm up, and you warm up like you max out, right? So continue doing that, everything normal, but with a little bit more confidence. And the confidence could come in form of, if your average size of a single trade is $100, maybe keep everything the same, but the amount of exposure, maybe increase that, but keep every strategy with risk management, everything else identically. And I would take advantage of the confidence, or I would leverage the confidence with my exposure, my position size. I wouldn't do like 5 times the amount of my normal size, but 1.5 or 2 times a normal size. As long as you keep your stops where they should be, I think this is a good moment to do that, because this could be I think this was the first of 3 moves down. And so we're gonna get a lower high, and then 2, and then a lower high, and then 3. And sometimes that third one is where it goes down the most. So that's what I'm looking out for, and that's the one way it could really be messed up, and I've messed it up many, many, many times this way, so watch out. We'll see you later. And that was my warning for my private community, but I felt that because this could be a macro move, I did make the self-promise that if I felt that there was a chance of something huge to happen, that I think it would be against my true north to be in this space, to, even if it's at my personal cost and my personal gain, even if it's against that, I would do I would just give everybody a damn alert, because this could be a macro big one. In the end, it is possible, and I don't think this is likely. It is possible that we look back in time. So imagine you are 100 days in the future. It is possible that you find yourself 100 days in the future looking back at this, and it then looks obvious that this whole thing was a trap, and you'll say, man, obviously 25K. Like, it was perfect for this. Hey, in retrospect, like, these are the types of moments where, it seems unexpected, which technically it is. But it is right. Actually, it really is right now. But in retrospect, it isn't. It sometimes happens. I know that sounds weird, but it's like you discover more things after it's happened, and but there's almost nothing you can do in the exact moment, because the statistics are different in this exact moment. But for whatever reason, going back in time, you can't travel back. It's almost like you can't travel back in time once you do that, right? Anyway, so I've never actually thought about it. That is kind of strange how that works, but that's the way it is. I'm telling you, it's like some warp of reality when you go back and forth like that. But and I've had that happen so many times, and after so many times, I realized, man, like, why isn't it obvious at that moment? And I still don't have the answer. It's just some wild phenomenon. So watch out, be careful, trade confidently. But like I said, you would want to leverage things by not trading any differently. We'll see you next time.